The tranquility of False Bay, nestled along the coast of Cape Town, South Africa, was shattered following an ominous warning from the National Sea Research Institute in 1989. This warning was prompted by a tragic incident that unfolded in the azure waters of the bay, involving three intrepid friends, David Partsen, Jerome Joubert, and Emily Cameron. These three companions were not just friends but kindred spirits who shared a profound love for exploration and the boundless depths of the sea. One fateful day in 1989, as they gathered on the familiar shores of False Bay, they couldn't help but be drawn to the siren call of the water. With its crystal-clear allure, the bay summoned them like a trusted friend, inviting them for an afternoon of exploration. Even though they had embarked on this adventure countless times before, the thrill was just as fresh as the first. With a practiced ease, they donned their snorkeling gear, and with a leap of faith, they slipped into the sea, their bodies cutting through the calm waters like seasoned swimmers. Below the surface, they were greeted by a breathtaking panorama. The underwater landscape was a living kaleidoscope, with corals that painted the ocean floor, sea stars that scattered like jewels, and schools of fish that moved in harmonious unison. Yet as they swam further into this vibrant undersea realm, a sense of foreboding began to wash over them. Unknown to the trio, peril lurked beneath the surface like a shadow concealed in the depths. The very water that had embraced them with its beauty now held secrets they were about to uncover. With determination and the spirit of exploration, David Partsen seized the initiative to hunt sea creatures. He led the charge into the depths of the reef, venturing beyond the familiar territories of their snorkeling adventures. The anticipation was electric. Each movement was calculated as they embraced the unknown with a heady mix of thrill and trepidation. A sudden searing pain gripped his calf muscle. It was an excruciating pressure that seemed to come from nowhere. The agony intensified as the pain spread to his second leg. In the disorienting confusion, David turned to identify the source of his torment. There, before his disbelieving eyes, was a giant leopard seal. Its gaze, unwavering and intense, locked onto his. Panic coursed through David's veins, but he had little time to react. David fought to break free in a heart-pounding frenzy, believing his nightmare had ended. But fate had a different plan. The seal struck once more, this time targeting his thigh. As pain enveloped him, David's desperate screams were stifled by the water's embrace, lost in the depths. In the chaos, David made a desperate, harrowing dash towards his fellow divers, frozen by the unfolding horror. Having released its grip on him, the seal wasted no time and turned its predatory attention to the next target, Emily. With astonishing aggression, the seal bumped into Emily with incredible force, sending her reeling through the water. Fueled by an unwavering sense of camaraderie, David and Jerome, aware that Emily's life hung in the balance, surged forward, pursuing the fearsome seal. Fate, it seemed, was on their side as they managed to catch up to the seal. An assault of strikes and blows rained down upon the creature. They landed powerful hits on the seal's sides in the desperate struggle. Their fight for survival took an ominous turn, as Emily's fragile state became ever more apparent. Her age and strength were no match for the predator's tenacity. David and Jerome were locked in a harrowing standoff with the sea beast, knowing their friend's life was slipping away with each passing moment. The seal, far from retreating, returned to the assault. With Emily's life hanging by a thread, David and Jerome were locked in a deadly tango with the seal. They maintained a vigilant watch, every sense heightened to the presence of their nemesis. Tragedy struck once more as Jerome's momentary lapse in concentration proved fatal. In a sudden, brutal attack, the seal clamped its powerful jaws onto his stomach, tearing through flesh and bone. The pain was indescribable, but Jerome fought through it, his instincts screaming at him to survive. Yet the damage was done, and the situation had taken a dire turn. Fate soon intervened when a keen-eyed observer noticed the frantic struggle in the water from a distance. Swiftly, he alerted his companions, and they sprinted towards the lifeguard station, their voices carrying the moment's urgency. With haste and alarm, they conveyed the dire situation to the vigilant lifeguard, whose training had prepared him for such emergencies. Simultaneously, they raised their voices, urgently warning the beachgoers to evacuate the water. their cries resonating across the beach like a haunting refrain. Armed with a harpoon, the lifeguard plunged into the churning waters, his gaze locked onto the perilous scene before him. The seal, relentless and fearsome, was determined to claim its prey. With calculated precision, the lifeguard aimed the harpoon and struck the leopard seal. The predator was defeated, but the cost had been high. As the lifeguard reached the shoreline, he discovered a heart-wrenching sight. The divers, now safely out of the water, lay before him, their bodies bearing the brutal scars of the encounter. The race against time had begun. With life-saving urgency, they were transported to the hospital, their chances of survival precariously balanced on a knife's edge. Yet, despite the strenuous efforts of the medical team, it was too late. The unforgiving ocean had claimed its victims. The community and the nation at large were left in mourning, grappling with the shockwaves of a tragedy that had unfolded on a picturesque beach, shattering the idyllic facade of False Bay. In the wake of this heart-wrenching incident, the authorities acted swiftly. The azure waters were sealed off for months, and new regulations were implemented, a solemn warning to all sea enthusiasts of the profound dangers that lurked beneath the surface. In 2000, the unyielding vastness of the Antarctic Peninsula bore witness to a tragic incident that would forever alter the lives of those involved. The remote and harsh landscapes of the frozen continent held mysteries and challenges that beckoned researchers to its unforgiving embrace. Among them was 28-year-old Camilla Roger, a determined member of the 22-strong British Antarctic research team on a quest for scientific discovery. The station they had established their camp served as a scientific stronghold, a haven for the curious and dedicated. Here, geoscience, biology, and atmospheric sciences were explored, yielding insights into the profound mysteries of Earth's southernmost region. The camp, stationed in Adelaide Island, became their launchpad for journeys into the icy unknown, a realm where the boundaries of human exploration stretched to their limits. Amid Antarctica's challenges and breathtaking beauty, Camilla had forged a familiarity with the icy expanse. She had been part of this close-knit community for weeks, her days marked by research, camaraderie, and a ceaseless thirst for knowledge. But Camilla had another calling that repeatedly led her to the icy waters of the Antarctic Peninsula. The inviting Sunday afternoon sun cast a warm, golden hue upon the frozen landscapes as Camilla prepared to embark on her aquatic expedition. Accompanied by a fellow researcher, Christy, she ventured toward one of the pristine bays that cradled the station in its frigid embrace. For Camilla, it was a familiarity that carried both exhilaration and tranquility. Her past snorkeling excursions had unveiled a hidden world beneath the ice, an ethereal realm teeming with life, and she couldn't resist the allure of its secrets. Christy, too, shared in the anticipation. The two were bound by their shared passion for exploration and scientific inquiry, the icy waters of their uncharted frontier. Camilla entered the icy waters with a sense of trepidation while Christy watched her from the safety of the shore. The frigid embrace of the water was electrifying, sending a shiver down her spine. Yet she began to swim away from the shore, venturing deeper into the icy depths, her strokes carrying her further from the familiar safety of the bank. Unbeknownst to her, a formidable presence lurked in the depths of the Antarctic waters, a creature of remarkable strength and innate power. The scene's tranquility was shattered as she was suddenly and mercilessly dragged beneath the surface. Panic surged and she screamed, but the water quickly swallowed her cries. As the shock of the attack consumed her, the chilling realization set in. A leopard seal was her assailant, revealing itself only after it had seized her. The world she had known only moments before had transformed into a watery nightmare, where the rules of survival had been irrevocably altered. Camilla fought with all her might, her instincts driving her to break free from the relentless pull of the seal. She twisted and thrashed, her limbs flailing frantically to break free from the seal's vice-like grip. But the seal, fueled by a predatory determination, held her in its powerful jaws, determined to drag her deeper into the icy abyss. Despite her valiant efforts to break loose, she was entangled. Her every movement met with searing pain. A relentless battle unfolded in the world beneath the waves, a struggle for survival that held its terrible beauty. Camilla fought to free herself with her every breath, knowing the odds were stacked against her. The pain was an unyielding reminder of her peril and the unforgiving nature of the environment she had ventured into. Christy heard the sudden scream and searched for Camilla frantically, but it yielded no results. Panic gripped her heart as she realized that something had gone wrong. Fear-stricken and with every passing second feeling like an eternity, Christy wasted no time alerting the rest of the team. Her scream of alarm drew her colleagues from their research station, and they converged on the scene, their faces etched with dread as they braced for the unknown. A rescue boat was launched with desperate urgency. The minutes ticked by were an agonizing eternity, a relentless reminder that every second counted. The tension was palpable as the boat reached the area where Camilla had last been seen. The harsh reality of their situation loomed large. Amidst the frigid waters, the rescue team's efforts bore fruit. After what felt like an eternity, they managed to pull Camilla from the depths of the sea. The sight of her was heart-wrenching. Her body bore the gruesome marks of her ordeal as bites from the leopard seal's attack oozed blood. The grim reminder of her struggle was etched on her body, a testament to the harsh realities of nature. On the rescue boat, a desperate battle for Camilla's life began. The team initiated resuscitation attempts, their hands and hearts working in unison to revive her. However, despite their unwavering efforts, Camilla remained unresponsive. The icy waters had exacted a heavy toll, and her body had endured the grasp of the sea leopard for more than 6 minutes. The team returned to the research station with heavy hearts and a profound loss. Their beacon of hope, the station doctor, tried his utmost to bring Camilla back from the brink of death. But their efforts proved futile in the face of nature's unrelenting power. Camilla's injuries were severe, and the extent of her suffering was evident in the 47 separate lacerations and other injuries she had sustained. The team's grief was palpable as they laid Camilla to rest at the research station in Adelaide. Her journey of exploration in the Antarctic had come to a tragic end, a stark reminder of the price that could be paid in the pursuit of discovery. Camilla's parents and siblings were burdened with the crushing weight of their loss. The news of her untimely demise had sent shockwaves through their lives. Yet in their grief, they found strength. They understood the unyielding spirit that had driven Camilla, and they were determined to forge on, honoring her memory with each step they took in their life journeys. In the winter of 1911, a group of intrepid explorers embarked on a trans-Antarctic expedition, their sights set on achieving the ultimate feat, reaching the elusive South Pole. Among these brave souls was Russell Mark, fueled by an insatiable thirst for adventure and discovery. Their epic journey brought them to a remote point in the Antarctic, a desolate and frozen expanse of sea ice that extended as far as the eye could see. Sir Ernest, the leader of this daring expedition, had meticulously planned every detail of the journey. However, he recognized the singular importance of exploring the uncharted wilderness around them, before continuing their relentless push toward the South Pole. The vast, uncharted expanse of the Antarctic, mesmerizing landscapes, and its harsh and beautiful terrain beckoned to the explorers. Sir Ernest, a seasoned adventurer and visionary leader, understood the value of this rare opportunity. He recognized that such an adventure was a once-in-a-lifetime experience, an unparalleled chance to unlock the secrets of this frozen realm. With this in mind, he extended a unique privilege to his team, the freedom to explore. Like his fellow expedition members, Russell Clark embraced this gift of freedom with awe and gratitude. He felt a profound connection to the uncharted wilderness surrounding them, an unspoken kinship with the icy vastness of the Antarctic. The opportunity to venture into the unknown, to chart the course of discovery, was an exhilarating prospect. As they dispersed into the Antarctic expanse, the explorers ventured into a breathtaking and treacherous alien world. The stark beauty of the landscape, with its pristine white stretches and jagged icy peaks, was a stark reminder of the unforgiving nature of this wilderness. The ever-present biting cold penetrated their every layer of clothing, a chilling reminder of their hardships. Russell ventured out with his friend Thomas, seeking solace and camaraderie amidst the wilderness. The two friends had been conversing when Thomas, answering the call of nature, left Russell alone in the quiet, icy expanse. As Russell sat alone, a sense of tranquility descended, and he contemplated the profound beauty of the Antarctic. The The stillness was broken by an unexpected and ominous presence, a large leopard seal, a formidable predator of these icy waters. The seal, measuring 12 feet long, was a vision of power and primal instinct. Its sleek, torpedo-like body glided effortlessly through the frozen waters, its dark eyes and gaping jaws revealing a formidable adversary. Unprepared for such a close encounter with nature's apex predator, Russell faced an imminent threat. In an instant, the seal, driven by an unyielding determination, charged toward Russell with an astonishing speed. Panic surged through Russell's veins, and he was jolted into action. With every ounce of strength and agility he possessed, he sprinted away from the relentless predator, his heart pounding in his chest. As he fled, a primal cry for help escaped his lips. The sound echoed through the silent wilderness, a desperate plea for aid in the face of a ruthless foe. The unforgiving Antarctic seemed to absorb his cries, leaving him isolated and vulnerable amid a harrowing chase. The sea leopard, closing in on its prey, was relentless in its pursuit. Russell's heart raced his breath, a desperate gasp for air in the cold, thin atmosphere. Every footfall on the icy terrain was a struggle as the weight of survival bore down upon him. His flight brought him closer to Thomas, who, returning from his brief absence, sensed the situation's urgency. He instinctively reached for his weapon, a gun that held the power to repel the fearsome predator. With the sea leopard mere feet from Russell, poised to strike with deadly intent, Thomas released a shot from the cartridge. The explosive report pierced the air, a loud echo of human determination in the face of the natural world's raw power. The shot found its mark, and the leopard seal crumpled to the ice and life extinguished instantly. Its powerful charge, fueled by instinct and hunger, had been thwarted, and Russell's life had been spared. In the wake of this breathtaking encounter, the wilderness seemed to exhale, the tension dissipating like the mist from Russell's breath. The Antarctic landscape, still and unyielding, bore witness to the fragile balance between humanity and the untamed forces of nature. As Russell and Thomas stood together, their hearts still racing, they shared a silent acknowledgement of the danger they had faced and the triumph of their quick thinking and courage. This thought brought Russell back to the present as he narrated the harrowing chase to his fellow expedition members. They had returned to their camp, their breath steaming in the frigid air, ready to share their tales of adventure and survival. As Russell recounted the heart-pounding encounter, his voice trembled with the vivid memories of that fateful day. With animated gestures and vivid descriptions, he transported his audience into the very heart of the Antarctic chase. The colossal leopard seal, its inky eyes fixated on him, seemed to materialize before their eyes. The pounding of his heart, the ragged gasps for breath, the sheer terror of the moment, all were conveyed with an intensity that held his companions in rapt attention. In 1984, the desolate expanse of the Antarctic witnessed a chilling encounter between a Scottish explorer, Tony Black, and one of the region's most formidable inhabitants, the leopard seal. Although such attacks on humans are exceedingly rare, they are marked by their ferocity and aggression when they do occur. Black, a courageous polar explorer who had left his native Scotland to establish himself in Australia, had a singular purpose: to delve deeper into the mysteries of this icy realm. With its breathtaking landscapes and uncharted secrets, the Antarctic held an irresistible allure for him. On that fateful day, as Black ventured into the stark Antarctic landscape, he was driven by an insatiable curiosity and an unwavering determination to uncover the secrets hidden within the frozen wilderness. His deep connection to this icy realm was a driving force in his exploration, and he had come to respect the raw power of nature. However, nature's darker side would soon reveal itself. The research center, perched on the fringes of the area they intended to explore, buzzed with the anticipation of the days ahead. Plans had been meticulously laid out, and the team was ready to begin work the following morning. However, for Tony Black, the call of the Antarctic was too compelling to resist. With a restless excitement, he left alone for the site they had identified for their research. As Tony ventured onto the fragile ice layer, he carried a sense of wonder and respect for the harsh yet breathtaking landscape that stretched before him. Suddenly, the surface erupted as a mature leopard seal's massive head and shoulders, its gaping maw a chilling sight, crashed through the fragile ice. In that heart-stopping moment, nature's predator had announced its presence with a dramatic entrance. The seal's intentions were unmistakable. It had locked its powerful jaws around Tony's right leg, rendering him helpless instantly. His shock and vulnerability were palpable, an adrenaline-fueled realization of the life-and-death struggle that now consumed him. The seal's primal instinct had propelled it into a ruthless pursuit to drag him off the ice and into the dangerous sea. Tony fought back with strength and determination in a desperate bid to survive. The frozen silence of the Antarctic was pierced by the sounds of their harrowing encounter, a battle where human wit and sheer resilience were pitted against the relentless force of nature. The line between survival and peril was razor thin. Tony's struggle for survival was etched in every desperate gasp for air, every heart-pounding moment, and every agonizing second that he grappled with the primal force of the leopard seal. Tony's absence from the group had not gone unnoticed. The situation's urgency weighed heavily on their minds, and they knew that time was of the essence. With the icy land as their only refuge, they searched for their missing colleague. The sight that greeted them upon their arrival was a tableau of life and death, a struggle between man and nature that played out on the stark Antarctic ice. Under the relentless onslaught of the leopard seal, Tony was locked in a battle for his very survival. The seal's gaping jaws, lined with rows of razor-sharp teeth, left no doubt about its predatory intent. In that frozen wilderness, the companions were faced with a defining moment. With unwavering resolve and remarkable courage, they launched a daring rescue mission that held the promise of life or death. Their hearts raced with fear and determination as they approached the harrowing scene. The battle that followed was a testament to the indomitable spirit of humanity in the face of nature's raw power. The companions were united in their goal to free Tony from the formidable creature's grip. Their boots met the seal's head with repeated, determined blows, each strike echoing through the icy silence. With each kick, they defied the relentless force of the seal, fighting not only for Tony's life, but for their shared hope in the face of adversity. With one final resounding blow, the seal's grip on Tony was broken. The frozen silence of the Antarctic was shattered, and in a dramatic and startling conclusion, Tony was freed from the jaws of the formidable creature. His companions rushed to his side, their faces etched with concern as they assessed his injuries. Tony's leg bore the brunt of the seal's ferocious attack, revealing 2 deep and grievous wounds. The severity of his injuries served as a sobering testament to the relentless power of the leopard seal. Thankfully, among their group was a doctor who swiftly and skillfully tended to Tony's wounds. As the doctor's expert hands worked to treat Tony's injuries, the group was reminded that the line between adventure and adversity was often thin in the Antarctic. Their shared experience had etched in their minds the enduring need for vigilance and preparedness in the face of nature's unrelenting forces.